Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Sheridan. That's Robert Hardy. And this is the Citizen Sports Weekly for Thursday, December 17th, 2015. The week before Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Hard to believe.
What's on your wish list, Chris?
World peace. What else?
Wow.
Hey, after everything's been going on around this world the last year between Paris, San Bernardino, Colorado Springs, so many bad situations happening around the world, seriously, world peace would be great. Because God knows I'm not going to get the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Got that right.
They were eliminated. Nice job, guys. Why did I pick you? All right.
I had them going to the playoffs this year. How sad is that?
I had them maybe getting the last wild card. I think I had them going 9-7. Silly me.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick 6 NFL games, including his Bills, my Dolphins, and update the standings. I believe Robert was 4-2. And I was 3-3, so he has picked up a game, and we are tied again.
Tied a game. This has been quite a pick six competition.
It's
this
been
year.
neck and neck. He's been nipping at my heels, and I've been holding him off, but he's tied me a couple times, and here he is. Could this week be the week where he takes the lead?
I've taken the lead once this year.
Yes, we'll see what happens.
Lost it.
Our first game, and this is the battle for the AFC South, is the 6-7 Houston Texans versus the 6-7 Indianapolis Colts. Eek. This is not exactly the kind of game you'd want to show someone who's never seen the game of football before as an example of how great the game can be. But, you got to pick somebody, and somebody's got to win. And I figure Houston is the team I'm going with for a couple of reasons. The Texans have actually played halfway decent the last few weeks. Sure. The Colts have been getting blown out. And Chuck Pagano can say the team is going to stay together, but I just think that this team knows that Chuck Pagano is probably going to be fired at the end of the season. No Andrew Luck. Okay, and no Hasselbeck either, I think, too. I think that the Colts may be on their third-string quarterback, possibly. Houston is on their second-string quarterback. I know his last name is Yates. T.J. Yates. Yeah, I was either A.J. or T.J. T.J. Yates has actually played decent in relief.
He's a solid quarterback.
And that's what I like, and that's why I'm picking the Texans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans, too. If Andrew Luck were playing this game, I would definitely take the Colts.
Yeah.
But, since he's gone down, Hasselbeck's capable. But, this team is just struggling in different areas of the game and, especially on offense. So, Texans seem to be a little bit more stable, and they get my pick this week.
All right, next game is the undefeated 13-0 Carolina Panthers at the resurrected New York Giants. And the Giants, they don't control their own destiny. Even if they were to win out, they may not make the playoffs, okay? Yeah. Carolina, obviously, is just about got everything wrapped up. But obviously, I think that they would probably like to finish the regular season undefeated. And I think if you look at the two teams, Carolina's clearly a superior team, no duh. The Giants can play a good game when they want to. There's some talent on that team. And Eli Manning played a great game against the Dolphins last week, 27-31. Odell Beckham just put on a clinic. But it's tough to pick against the Panthers, even on the road. New York could win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I'm going with the Panthers in this game to go 14-0.
I'm taking the Panthers, too. Giants seem to be a trendy upset pick here, but I'm not buying it. Beating the Dolphins is one thing.
Yeah.
Going up against the Carolina defense is another. And, I think they're going to be a stiffer test for the Giants, and I don't think Eli Manning's going to have nearly as good a day as he had on Monday.
Our next game is Robert's Buffalo Bills at the Washington Redskins, a rematch of Super Bowl 26.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm not going to say anything else about that.
And then next week, we get a rematch of Super Bowls 27 and 28.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The NFL was really smart with their scheduling, weren't they?
Yeah.
The Bills are coming off a tough loss, no doubt about it. Their playoff hopes are not done, but I got to admit they're probably on life support. Would you say that?
Yeah, they would need a lot of help to get in.
Including winning out.
Yeah, they would need to win out and get a lot of help.
Yep.
That's not going to come.
The Redskins still have a good shot, and the Redskins are playing halfway decent football. This is not a great football team, but playing in the NFC East, they're good enough. I think Kirk Cousins has a good game. I like the Redskins to win a close. This would be a squeaker, like a 3-point win, but I like the Redskins in this game.
Here's the thing about the Bills. They're better, I think, on paper anyway,
right.
Take out the injuries and
right.
Rex Ryan's terrible defense. But they're better than all 4 of these NFC East teams.
Right.
Yet, so far, they're 0-2 against them, which really is the difference. And, I think they're going to be 0-3. I think the Redskins playing at home, Redskins have more to play for.
Yep.
The Bills have kind of resigned themselves to the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs, which is fine. It's being realistic, but you got to play out the season to see what happens. Crazy things can happen in this league. So, because of that, I'm taking the Redskins at home.
Next game, the Peyton Manningless, I believe he is practicing this week, though he's running the scout team. Brock Osweiler leading the Broncos into Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's 8-5, folks, and that's not too bad considering how iffy they were at the beginning of the season. The Steelers, I guess they're the team that nobody wants to play right now. They're getting hot.
Yeah.
And that's because of Ben Roethlisberger. And I'll tell you, I'll put my money down on a veteran quarterback, a gunslinger at home any day of the week. So I'm definitely going with the Steelers here. I think that Heinz Field is going to be rocking. It's going to be cold, which always, of course, Denver's used to the cold. It's not like it's going to be disadvantaged to them. But I just like Ben Roethlisberger in this game to almost single-handedly, Antonio Brown obviously too, single-handedly lead Pittsburgh over the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers too. And, the Broncos, after losing to the Raiders last week, I think there's, and rightfully so, there's certainly some questions you could ask about this team. Even if Peyton comes back, is that good enough? Brock Osweiler is a decent quarterback, but it's clear that, he needs more work. And the Steelers, you said it. They're riding high. They're a tough team to beat, so I'm taking them at home.
Our next game is my Miami Dolphins. I guess you could run up the white flag. They were officially eliminated from playoff contention last week with that loss to the Giants. But hey, the throwbacks looked awesome. And I'm being serious about that. Those jerseys were just beautiful. I had a tear in my eye when I saw those, man. They were gorgeous. And there's online petitions. Look them up. Get the throwbacks to be the permanent uniform. I'm telling you, man. Sign the petition. So the Dolphins are making the cross-country trip to San Diego, California. Beautiful San Diego, California, which might not have a football team next year.
It's looking that
way.
The
rumors are, or the talk is that this is going to be the Chargers' last game in San Diego. Now, trivia, and I think you probably already know this being the football historian that you are, the Chargers actually played their first season in Los Angeles in 1960, and they moved to San Diego in 1961. So there's all those rumors that they're going to be one of the teams moving to Los Angeles. And I think if you look at the three teams, San Diego, Oakland, and St. Louis, Freudian slip there, that San Diego would be the team most likely to move, out of those three. So I think there's going to be some emotion in this game. And, the Chargers are 3-10. They're obviously long gone. But, so I think that loss that Miami had last week really just punctured the air out of the balloon. I think that the long trip cross-country, the fact that they know that they're done, I think that they're just going to go through the motions. I hate to say that as a Dolphins fan, but I think the Chargers are going to be charged up, obviously, playing their last game in San Diego. Duh. And I like the Chargers to win this game.
You know what? This is the only game we're going to disagree on this week.
You're going with the Dolphins,
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Wow.
I even though they lost against the Giants, there were some good pieces on offense. They got to get Lamar Miller the ball more.
And that's been a big thing in Miami Sports Talk Radio. That has been the hottest topic this week. Why didn't they use Lamar Miller in the fourth quarter? Yeah. And Dan Campbell said, "Oh, he was hurt. He had a bad ankle." And Lamar Miller said, "No, my ankle was fine."
Yeah.
And that's been like, he said here, like, hey, what's going on? So, yeah, I would like to think they're going to use this guy more, but I just don't know with this coaching staff. I think they're somewhat clueless. It's too bad, but I'm going with the Chargers. You're going with the Dolphins. So
yeah, the Chargers to me, and I've watched some of this team's games this year, and they just look lifeless.
Yeah,
they don't look like they have any sort of organization on offense. The defense has been underwhelming, and the Dolphins, as mediocre as they are, the Chargers are far worse, and I don't know if they will win another game this year.
Yeah. Last game. This is a good one. This is the Sunday night game. Arizona at Philadelphia. Arizona, they want to lock down, I think, that first round bye, and I think that they're the number 2 team in the NFC, I believe, right? So they want to lock up that first round bye. This is a big game. Obviously, the Eagles need to win out to get in the playoffs. So this is a pretty big game for both teams. But you know something, Carson Palmer, man, this guy is a money player. And again, like I said, a veteran quarterback this time of year is worth his weight in gold. The Eagles have been so inconsistent. I mean, yes, last week they played a good game against the Bills, although you could say that the Bills really, with all their penalties, kind of helped out the Eagles a little bit. But the Eagles are due for one of their clunkers, and I hate to say, I think this is going to be the week, so I'm going with the Cardinals in this game.
You know, it's funny. I said that that Dolphins game was going to be the only one. I
Yeah.
forgot we were picking this game.
So you're going with the
I'm
Eagles.
taking the Eagles.
Wow.
You know, home game. Jeff Wigand, our ad director, he's been telling me all week, you know, the Cardinals don't travel well to the East Coast. And he has a point. They played in Pittsburgh earlier this year and lost. And I think the way with the Eagles are playing, beat New England, beat Buffalo, I think they go into this game and win at home.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. In regards to the travel, usually West Coast teams that play on 1 o'clock afternoon East Coast games is where the issue. This is a primetime game. I like to think that's not going to be an issue. Plus, Bruce Arians has coached in Pittsburgh before. So I think he has a little familiarity with the Steelers, some of the players there. Not all of them, not like it's been that recent, but recent enough where I think that gives them a teeny little bit of an advantage. So we'll see what happens. So, all right, folks, anything else you want to add, Robert?
I'm all good.
All right, folks, that's it for this week. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you next week for our special Christmas show.